Want me to do the intro?
And we're live while I'm eating a huge covered pretzel.
We're back. Always the professionals around here.
Welcome to the Underdog journey.
Yes.
True professionals all the time.
Oh, we never miss a beat.
I think Dave Eubank has a point.
He
He
might
decided
have
to drop in to see if we have anything intelligent to say tonight, and
asked
Dave?
us to surprise him.
I think you already know the answer.
We'll see how it goes. You know what? I'm not going to make any promises this early in the podcast because you never know how it's going to go.
You know, honestly, it could literally go anywhere.
Yeah, we're still finishing out our invites and all the things that we do to get going.
But happy thanks. It is not Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving to all you out there.
Happy Patrick's Day.
All right, I have a green beer that's sitting over here that's reserved for West. I'm not so sure that he needs it tonight.
I have not had that much to drink.
I know you didn't start till. We were sitting up here.
That's what I'm saying. I know.
I think it was during the countdown, actually.
It was.
Wow.
So happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yes.
Hope you guys are wearing green, and hope you have a green beer with you because it's gonna be a fun night. And anybody within driving distance ought to come down here because after our show tonight, we're going to have a beer stein holding competition.
Yes,
with prizes.
Yeah, we're going to do it live. We're going to do it over on the Underdog After Dark.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be giving away a half-liter beer stein to the man and the lady, and a T-shirt.
Yeah,
to the winner of each of those individual competitions.
Well, we could just have one for each, or one total, and they can just fight over them. So that's
it's
the
St.
second
Patrick's
round.
Day. It's the day for drunken fighting.
Hey,
so,
on St. Patrick's Day, everybody's
you know
Irish,
what?
even if you're German.
It's right.
Which is why we're at the Opera House.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Coming to you live from a German beer hall.
Exactly. Hey, there's green beer. That's all that matters.
We've got the green beer.
Which, we do. Here we
We
go.
have the green beer.
Here's our green beer.
I
Official
have
St.
a
Patrick's Day
little bit
beer.
of my dunkel left first. So I'll set it down here.
So we
be
need
all
to
right
eventually do one of our shows from Ireland and see if they have green beer in Ireland or if we get punched in the mouth.
Yeah, they'd probably hit us over the head and call us arrogant Americans at that point.
Right. Well, we
right.
did that here, so it's fine. It's fine. We're good.
Right.
But
all right.
This is a toast. So happy St. Patrick's Day.
Prost. And remember, the number one thing about doing a podcast is not to have dead air. So
no dead
cheers.
air. Slancha.
I hope you guys enjoyed that dead air.
That tasted like green. Okay.
Tastes like beer.
Actually, I think they used a lager, and that's pretty tasty.
It's a lager, and their lager's good.
Yeah. So
lager, a little bit of food coloring, and everybody's happy.
Yeah. So, look, priorities first. What are we drinking tonight? Let's get to our priorities.
Well, the priorities first being, we're drinking green beer.
Green beer,
We're
which is
drinking,
the Opera House's lager with a couple drops of food coloring.
A couple drops of food coloring. Lager beer, it's good.
And
we have the Dunkel, which you guys have heard us talk about, ad nauseum.
Delicious beer.
So,
and they're actually sold out of the
Meritzen.
Meritzen right now.
Yeah. They whipped
and
it
which
up.
is your favorite?
Oh, it is. I came in and I said, hey, I'll just fill this up with Meritzen. He looked at me and said, oh, we're out.
You should just turn around and walk out.
I couldn't. We had to do this, but I did give him a stern finger shaking.
So last week you were at the Opera House in
Cleveland.
In Cleveland before our show.
Yes.
And they had some interesting different flavors there.
Yes,
beers
they
there,
did.
Which
They did.
we need to talk to Jason, the head brewer here,
Yeah.
to find out what's going on.
They had a bourbon barrel
At Opera House.
Doppelbock. Now, Doppelbock's pretty potent in and of itself, but a bourbon barrel aged is
You think they have their own bourbon
really
barrels?
brings the heat. So
that's
I just did a sniffer of it because that stuff will.
It's not a kid's beer.
It'll bowl. You don't drink a glass like this. You don't
Yeah.
drink one of these.
I'll have a liter of the bourbon barrel.
Yeah,
please.
I'll have a liter of the bourbon barrel and
And
an
a
Uber.
cot. Yeah, and a cot in the back, please.
Yes. Outback. So we actually have some topics to get to today.
We do. We got some fun stuff to talk about before the shenanigans begin.
Yes. We want to get to the shenanigans. That's literally the only
That's why we do this
goal
show.
is so that we can create shenanigans. But I'm gonna invite just a couple more people here to come over and watch. And while I'm still doing this here, why don't you reach over there, click the like, the share button, the follow button, and then donate $10 to us.
You know what? One of these days we will have a Patreon or something set up where people can donate to us. But or at least buy us a drink. But,
I like the drink thing.
Yep, we'll talk. We're going to talk about Patreon in a future episodes.
Yeah,
I think that's pretty cool to talk about.
We'll get there.
But
I've got a few people that I help with the Patreon stuff.
But if you like us at all, if you want to support our green beer drinking, hit the like, hit the share, hit the follow, or subscribe, depending on where you are, and we will love you forever.
All right, now I've just gotten out of the screen where I've been and I do all the the back end stuff, and I'm just now getting to the comments section now.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got some hello, we've got Dave Eubank there, seen that. Let's see. Joyce Rogers, how you doing? Nice to see you on here. Hope you stick around. There's somebody named Aaron on here. That's Shannon Black, who we've got some good ribbing to be coming on later with him.
We do.
Some of the pictures that he's been posting of the massive fish that he's been catching.
Shannon.
Look, it just deserves to be made fun of. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Hey, Wild Bill. I don't know what's going on there, but
Hey,
welcome to the show, Wild Bill.
Jeff Grubbs asks, when are you going to play the bagpipes?
I love my wife, and we joke about divorce a lot. We had Meatless Monday this week.
Is that worthy of divorce?
She said hashtag Meatless Monday with a picture. Of course, I went underneath it and posted hashtag divorce. People got a real kick out of that. But if I were to start playing bagpipes, I honestly think she'd leave.
You know what? I can't say I'd blame her. Look, I love the bagpipes. I don't want to hear them every day. No offense, Jeff.
She does not like the bagpipes. I like Korn. I like AC/DC and Korn. There's two bands right there that have bagpipes in them.
You were going a different direction. I was like, I like Korn too. I'm not sure what it has to do with bagpipes. I like it in pop form. I like it off the cob. It's delicious.
Well, we were talking about a musical instrument, so I was not talking about cream corn. No.
There you go.
So there we go. Share it out there. Get us out to more people out there. Buy you some camo for our victory, our tournament victory. That's going to be not a happening.
Look, Shannon, if you keep up the role you're on, I don't think that'll be a problem. So,
Allison, hi, Allison. I don't know what Allison it is, but we have an Allison.
If there's an Allison watching us, thanks for joining.
Yep, absolutely.
And Bob, there might be a couple Bobs on here, and
could be a couple Bobs.
Look, Bob, hey, thanks for joining.
Hey, Bob,
man.
thanks for joining us.
There you go.
Hey, Bob, it's a bobsled.
So let's get to the topic.
Yeah, meat and potatoes. What are the priorities for tonight?
So we got some meat and potatoes to talk about.
What are your priorities for tonight? Come on, start rattling them off. Come on.
I don't have any business priorities. Can you think of any business priorities that we should talk about? Oh, wait, business priorities.
Let's talk about business priorities.
So before we get to Instagram,
yes.
We do have some good stuff. I'm going to demonstrate how to get followers on Instagram.
Yep.
And I'm actually going to show you some tactics that you can use to get your first few hundred or your first few thousand followers.
Yep.
But before that, we're going to talk about priorities, because it's all about priorities.
Yes, absolutely. And on the Instagram front, before we get over to the priorities, on the Instagram priority before those priorities.
Yeah, exactly.
On the Instagram front, it is we just set it up last week and ready to go. We specifically withheld putting anything on there until today. So there should be a couple of things on there. I told them to do 5 things.
You're talking about your American Garage Club.
The American Garage Club. So we're going to be starting from 0 and going from there.
So it is at American Garage Club, correct?
American Garage Club, yeah, at Instagram or whatever it is.
At Instagram,
you can do your thing there.
It's using the magic. Here, we're gonna show you. So
over to let's get okay. All right, let's do that first.
Well, I want people to know what you're talking about here.
This
is why you should stick to your priorities.
Yeah, we got my priorities right here.
Is it the American Garage Club or American Garage Club?
It's American, no the. You will be
American
begging
Garage
for
Club.
some of those little fish I caught come tournament day.
So go to American Garage Club on Instagram and follow Dave, and you can actually watch the channel grow from scratch. Yep. And we're going to demonstrate the tips, tricks, tactics, and techniques, all of the T words.
Right now we got 4 followers.
Yep. And look, if your channel or your account keeps up the activity that we're going to demonstrate today,
yep,
in a really quick time, this channel is going to grow.
That's what
really
we want to do.
So that's where we're going to go. It's going to be awesome.
And we'll get back to that later. We'll get back into the Instagram stuff later.
Priorities call.
Back to the priorities. So what I wanted you to do is I wanted you to give me a list of your priorities for today. Give me a list of priorities.
Well, my priorities are priorities for this show.
Priorities for the show.
Okay. Well, I sent you an agenda that talked about...
I know that, but I need you to talk about them.
Oh. I thought you were testing me.
And cut.
This is what happens when you deal live. And,
roll it back, and we're going to retake that one.
The current conversation is not on my agenda, so I was confused. Okay.
Yes. The conversation is to get to the agenda. Okay. Right. And we're live.
So, part of business priorities is focused around work ethic. And what you always need to remember is that success does not exceed your work ethic. We would all much rather be sitting on the couch right now, eating pizza, drinking beer, binge watching some TV show. I mean, we're halfway there. And
yes.
The funny thing is this is actually what you and I would be doing right now, rather than sitting on the couch.
Yes.
But
talking about business.
I'm talking about most people.
Right there
so most people would rather be sitting on the couch, drinking beer, watching TV. But we're here. You're here because you have goals. You have priorities that you want to execute in your life. And hopefully you're here and you can learn something from us to help you execute those goals. So, again, work ethic doesn't dictate your success. Work ethic dictates your success, not the other way around. And that all focuses around setting proper priorities. So what you need to remember is there are basically two types of priorities. You got your two types of goals, priorities. We're using this interchangeable at this point. Two types of goals. You got your stretch goals, and you have your realistic goals.
Okay.
So I'm going to go over those real quick. The stretch goals are just that. They're slightly unrealistic.
Okay.
They're definitely more ambitious.
I love unrealistic goals.
Well, you know what? They're not bad. It's not bad to have them.
I do like them.
The problem with stretch goals is a lot of times people set the deadlines for them way too short, right? Like people say, oh, you know what? Next year I want to earn,
$1 million.
$1 million.
Yeah.
Well, that's great, but when you get halfway through the year and you're not halfway to your $1 million, you can get highly discouraged. It's going to be a big problem.
Yep.
Which is why you also need your realistic goals. So not just stretch goals. Stretch goals aren't bad, but you need realistic goals. And we all know what those are. The problem, however, with realistic goals is often they can be way too small.
Yeah.
It's not just a matter of, oh, I want to,
today,
eat more fiber.
Today, let's say you don't even have a job you're looking right now. Today, I want to apply it 2 places.
There you go.
Well, that's a pretty achievable goal.
That's pretty. You
that's a pretty achievable goal by 9 a.m.
Right. Exactly. If it takes you less than 20 minutes, it's not high enough. And it's a delicate balance between setting your goals too high and too low.
Yep.
But the more you actually write down your goals and set your goals and work to achieve them, the easier it gets.
Yep.
So you actually will get better at setting goals and knowing the difference between realistic and stretch goals. But again, it's good to have stretch goals. Just know that they shouldn't be your main goals. They shouldn't be your main priorities.
That is the cherry on top of the whipped cream that's on top of the cake. You don't get any of that without baking the cake first.
Right. So the next thing that I always like to point out is when you set your goals, when you set your priorities, you need a roadmap. That goal, that priority.
Ooh, I like roadmaps too.
I love roadmaps. And the trick is, not a lot of people know this, a lot of people will try to build up from a roadmap to their goal. No, you need to set your goal and then work backwards from that.
And I always have a rule with gee, I've whacked this thing like 7 times tonight.
Don't say that on the live internet.
Oh man. Okay. I'm gonna slide that back and just talk a little louder. No. I like doing the work back, and I always tell people, once you start doing the math and you get all the way back, the moment you identify your first step, take it. Don't think about it. Don't wish about it. Take it. Work backwards from your goal all the way through. Once you find step number 1, do it.
Well, and one of the reasons I like road mapping is, and I'm a nerd, I love road mapping. One of the reasons I like road mapping is it helps you identify what you don't know.
Yes.
If you get to steps in your roadmap where you say, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Well, you discovered one of 2 things. Either you don't know what you don't know, which is very dangerous, or you set your goal or priority too high.
You will
never
never
know how to get there.
You'll never know what you don't know.
Well, then it's a discovery process.
Yes.
You got a lot more homework to do before you can move forward.
But if you do it backwards, and you're going to have the people, and I've had this argument, where they're like, well, I mean, you're going to run into that roadblock anyway. But if you don't know what your next step is in the process, the detour that you take to get around whatever the obstacle is, or through the obstacle, depending on what the scenario is, it could change the trajectory of your goal. It could actually shift your goal from what your goal was off a little bit this way. And when you start running those blocks and it shifts it off this way a little bit and off this way a little bit, by the end, your end product is not what the goal was.
Right, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. I have no problem with pivoting along the way.
Well, it depends on how hard set you are on what the goal is.
Right.
If your goal is, I want to brew beer, and you end up brewing, if you end up in a winery, you might not have a huge complaint.
Right.
You may have fallen in love with it somewhere along that path, and that's the route you went.
Well, here's a pivot. YouTube was originally a dating site.
Okay.
Not a lot of people know that. But along the way, as it
I was on
evolved,
it. I was number 1.
You were the U in YouTube.
I was the U.
It was
in
originally
YouTube.
DaveTube.
Yeah. We're gonna go with that.
So we're backtracking. We're moving on.
And there we go off track.
When you're setting your roadmap, though,
yes.
One thing that you also should do is be as specific as possible. Because what you can then do is you can take each step in your roadmap, and that becomes a mini goal.
Exactly.
When you achieve that goal, guess what? you feel rewarded for that. The best thing about road mapping your goals and your priorities is you feel rewarded as you reach these milestones. So you can set each step of your roadmap as a priority in itself. But there's something else you got to remember about goals and priorities, which comes from a great quote that you told me from Bob Iger the other day.
It's from the book that, anytime you give me a half a second to talk about it, I'll tell you. It's called The Ride of a Lifetime.
Yep.
And it was actually, Bob Iger was reading off a list of priorities because he was talking with a guy about his run to be president of, or CEO of Disney, the Walt Disney Company. And he got through like 5 or 6 of them. The guy just stopped him and said, whoa, slow down. If you have 5 or 6 priorities, they're not priorities. You can't have more than 3. Stick with 3. So I have a pretty sound rule of 3. That you have 3 priorities in anything. That should be it. Anything outside of that, they're no longer a priority. You are getting too scattered. You're not going to be able to focus, and you're not going to be able to bring or create successful achievement in each of the categories.
Right.
You're way too scattered. Pick 3. If you get through those 3 and you accomplish those 3, pick 3 more.
Right.
But don't go more than 3 at one time because that's not a priority.
Yep.
That's a wish list.
You can have focused goals, focused priorities.
Focus.
And again, as your roadmap, you can have micro goals along the way to achieve that main priority.
Yeah.
But you need to focus.
Yeah.
And that's a good one. I mean, Bob Iger's he's not a dumb guy.
No. He's almost as smart as I am.
He's got some good stuff going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to touch on something here. Shannon Black says, anyone here who doesn't know these 2 ladies have challenged Real Life Outdoors to a fishing tournament. We'll be doing it sometime in May and raising money for a special charity of our choice.
Yes.
So Shannon, look, judging by the fish you've been catching lately, I think you might need to practice.
You might want to dial that smack talk down a little bit. I'll hide one of them fish in your shoes.
So we're going to have some mini wagers going on as well.
Yes.
So some things we're going to do is we're going to get some of those little Hello Kitty toy fishing rods.
Yeah.
And
we're going to see who gets the biggest fish off the Hello Kitty fishing pole.
That'll be fun. I think, again, judging by the fish he's been catching, he's already got that covered.
Yeah. May 15th. May 15th is the date that we're looking at right now.
All right, Shannon, check your calendar. Everybody check your calendars. If you're free that day, hit us up in the comments and let us know.
Now, we're gonna pop in live off and on throughout the day as the Underdog Journey.
Yep.
But the bulk of it will be released on a recording, and we'll have a single thing because if we try to go live down there, we're going to be there for 5 hours at minimum. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. So nobody wants to be checking in with that.
Yep.
So we'll cut it down, and but we will check in live from time to time. And show you guys how badly we are beating these so-called professional fisher people.
And I refuse to answer Shannon's next question. I put it up on the screen so everybody else can see it. Most of my fish are in stick form in the frozen food section at Giant Eagle. But we're coming for you.
I don't know. They have a really good here at the Hofbräu House, which all of you guys should be here. By the way.
Yeah.
They have a delicious Duncan Burble salmon.
Yeah, their salmon here is really good.
It's really good. That's where my fish is.
So
that thing's still bigger than what you've been catching.
So Eric Finch says, are you guys going to eat those pretzels, or are they for looks? Well, they're mostly for looks at this point because if we try to eat pretzels while we're talking, that could get messy.
We have done it. So
we have done it.
We have done it. So I don't know, you guys. We used to go up to the Crafty Pine a lot, and with their business, sometimes they're open, sometimes they're closed. So we can't be there, unfortunately, on Wednesdays very often anymore. But there were sometimes we'd order, and they get the food out to us
right
3 minutes.
Yeah,
they'd be walking out 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute before the show started. We're sitting there just trying to wolf down.
You've never seen somebody
even on the countdown.
Wings. Yeah,
on the countdown while you're going, and the wings are coming out. We're sitting here trying to eat the wings as fast as possible,
and trying not to get sauce on the equipment. It's a good show.
It's
business priorities.
Nothing but professionalism around here. You guys, okay? I see it here. Yeah,
there you go. So,
it's a good time.
Let's move on to the main meat of the show tonight, which is Instagram.
Instagram.
So, look, who here is not on Instagram? something in the comments here, and we will help you set up an account because everybody should be on Instagram these days.
Sure.
It's well, you accidentally set up an
I
account.
accidentally set up
the
an
only
Instagram
person
account.
in history who accidentally set up an Instagram account.
It was right after they bought. It was right after Facebook bought them, and I logged on. I clicked on the book of the Facebook, and it says, "Put your password in." So I'm like, "All right, I'll put my password in." It says, "Please re-enter your password." I'm like, Jesus, I just did that. Re-enter my password. It said, "Welcome to Instagram."
Whoops.
Okay. So I took a picture of a beer, and that was the only thing on there for quite some time.
You have been on since.
I've deleted the beer, and I put a couple like Corvette pictures. I got my C3, the 1968. I got the 2000 Corvette on there. I do not have a picture of my C6, the 2008, but it's on the American Garage Club. So we're going to take a look at that tonight.
We sure will. It's going to be awesome. So, let's see. I'm going to pick one of my test accounts here.
Test account.
Test account. Okay. So, last week we talked about how to get your first couple hundred to couple thousand followers. And these are really easy, really achievable tactics that you can use. But, some of the questions I had afterwards were, but how do we find the right followers? Which is a great question. Because I'm not sure how many out there are aware of the concept of 1,000 true fans.
Yep.
You know 1,000 true fans?
Yep.
So the point of 1,000 true fans is...
We've talked about it a couple times on here.
We have. I love this concept. The point of 1,000 true fans is it's way more valuable to have 1,000 people who love you, even 100 people who love you, than 1 million people who never look at your content and couldn't care less about you.
Yeah.
And think about that if you're running a business as well, right? If you try to monetize those people, if you have 1,000 people, and you have, let's say you have a product that costs you $100. I mean, the math is easy. If every one of those 1,000 people bought, a $100 product, you got $100,000 a year. Unless my math is terribly off, it's pretty easy. We're getting some toasts over here.
Somebody raised their glass to me, so
There you go.
I'm gonna drink.
I think they heard me talk about 1,000 true fans. And they're like,
That's right.
I totally
I
agree.
don't know what this guy has to say. Here, let me just turn this around so you guys can hear it. This is how much sound deadening it happens here. How directional these mics are. How low my voice sounds right now. That's because I'm on the back side of the mic, and you guys can hear.
Yeah.
How much of the background? Oh, here we go. Here we go. We got roast over here.
Roast.
Whoa!
Roast.
See, and that's how it happens.
This is business, man. You another one? You're not going to stick around for the contest. All right.
Well, have a happy birthday and enjoy.
Good seeing you, man. Yeah. We'll talk soon.
That's a true fan right there. Comes down, celebrates his birthday with the Underdog journey.
Yeah. Talking about 1,000 true fans. He is one of them. I like Bradley.
Bradley's a great guy.
All right.
All righty.
So,
that kind of went sideways on us for a couple seconds there.
So everybody listening on the podcast are just like, this is a great segment, guys. Okay.
So anyway, all I was saying is, you guys can hear how much the background in the mic there. How much it was.
Right. So, I lost my place. Anyway.
1,000 true fans are better than 3 in a bush.
Let's
go with that.
Close enough. We'll go with that. So, okay. So there are a few things that you can do. So one of the tactics we talked about last week was the idea of the follow for follow, which still works.
Un momento, por favor, señor.
We got some comments.
We have a comment here. We have an Aaron Finch, which I don't know if I know Aaron Finch or not. But $5 says Shannon Black can catch a catfish with a piece of that pretzel in 1 hour. Well, joke's on you, I'm going to eat this pretzel.
Within an hour's time.
Maybe. We'll see how long this goes.
Catfish doesn't stand a chance.
Catfish ain't getting my pretzel.
Actually, we do need some side bets because one of our previous guests from the Good River, Good River, we gotta have him on again.
Yeah, he's great. Good guy.
He said he uses, what do you say, he uses hot dogs?
Yeah, he uses hot dogs a lot. Now, I know a lot of the stuff around here, we do some of the pond fishing, we do hot dogs, man. This fish go crazy for
There
them.
you go.
So, yeah.
So Shannon Black has a great comment here. He says his fans are so amazing. He talks to a lot of them daily on other social media platforms, as well as on YouTube, and this has caused my other networks to grow as well. Absolutely. It's all about engagement.
That's it.
We talk so much about engagement, and that's what it's all about.
And that's, back in the day, Facebook used to let me know who was here watching.
Mm-hmm.
Well, crud, I don't have my YouTube up. I'll get that going now that we're 40 minutes into the podcast.
Nah.
YouTube.
It's all business priorities.
So no, because I focus on the comments over here. So I didn't go over get the
anybody who doesn't know Shannon Black, he runs the YouTube channel called Real Life Outdoors Shannon Black.
Yeah.
And his channel is awesome. He has a great channel. He just started monetizing. He got AdSense up and running. He has a Teespring shop where you can get some merch. And his content is really good. I highly recommend going to Real Life Outdoors Shannon Black. And you will not be disappointed.
No, it's great to watch. And, for those of you who don't know, we made a deal when we first posed the competition. We said, we're going to do this, but the only thing about this, the only thing we require is we have good old-fashioned ribbing, good old-fashioned sportsmanship, banter back and forth. That was a requirement. We wanted to have it.
Yeah.
So in case you guys are wondering why we're nipping at each other so much, it's because at the outset we said, this is a requirement. This is how we're going to do this.
That's true. And actually, you're the one who got us into this challenge.
Yes, I did.
So I didn't even know that was going to happen.
I can fish. I believe I can fish good enough to make up for his lack of fishing.
I fished
and beat the other two at the same time.
Once in the 90s.
Things have changed a lot since then.
Fish, their taste has changed.
It's a
whole different thing.
They have
now.
a whole other palate now.
There's all kinds of different fish now. They didn't even have them back then.
They fish eat sushi.
That sounds good. How about this? I'll bring the sushi.
I'll do the fishing.
There you go. We'll call it a deal. You eat sushi?
No.
I love sushi. Man, I love sushi.
No, it's what we were talking with Shannon that said, he actually doesn't eat a lot of fish. we had him on the
right.
podcast.
That's funny.
That is funny. Eat a whole lot of fish. So yeah.
Well, you know what? You got to eat everything you catch in this competition, Shannon.
That's right.
That's part of it is the cooking. How do you cook?
I'm gonna tie dead chicken on the end of his string.
I don't think salmonella is the.
He gonna look away.
I don't think salmonella.
Reel that in.
We should get somebody. We should get a diver, a scuba diver, to go in there and just start tying random things to his hook.
Remember those things about the unattainable goals?
Right.
That might be where scuba diver comes in.
That goes into the third type of goals, which is pipe dream.
Yes, pipe dream. Yes, pipe dream. So,
all right.
And back to the topic.
So one of the tactics we talked about last week that still works is the follow for follow. And you got to do it right, though.
Yep.
Because, look, if you go to a channel that's similar to yours, similar enough to yours, but maybe a higher level, more followers, basically where you want to be someday, and you start following all the people who follow them, a certain percentage of them will follow you back. However, there are some pretty strategic ways you can actually get a more involved follower than just typically just blanket following as many people as you can. And we're going to show you right now.
Excellent.
So what we got here is we have one of my test accounts. And
this is pharmacology?
This is pharmacology. Just to be extra nerdy, this is one that I set up for ants, invertebrates, all kinds of nerdy stuff because it's all about niching down here. So, and this can be done with any niche. This can be done with really, cars, the American Garage Club. It can be done with certain animals. It can be done with dogs. Dog channels. What you want to remember is
dog channels are awesome.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, just search for dog, and there are so many dog channels. I mean, just infinite numbers of dog channels on here.
Oh yes, I mean, I like dogs better than I like people. I mean, to be honest, who doesn't like dogs better than like people?
That's true. If you like people more than you like dogs, you might have a problem.
You might be a problem.
You might be.
You might be the problem.
You might be the problem. So we're not going to go there. But what we're going to show you is some tactics that you can use to find the right followers. And one of the great things about niching down, by the way, is you can see right here, I'm only following 33. However, I have 98 followers.
Yes.
And I haven't posted a single thing because people see this niche is probably going to be about ants or invertebrates or something in that genre. And boy, are they nerdy and they're dedicated to that niche.
The other 107% of human beings had to Google the word to find out what it meant.
Well, look, it's all about niching down. We can go to American Garage Club.
Exactly. Let's go to the American Garage Club. Now, this is not as niched down as pharmacology.
But it's cars. That is a popular niche.
It is a popular niche, but you can go even further. You could go down to
just Corvettes.
Corvette,
just,
I almost said
Mustangs.
Mazda RX-7 fan club.
Mazda RX-7s.
Because I like the 7s. The 8s were but the 7s were really cool. Or you could do a Skyline, a 32, or something along those lines.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but I believe you.
Okay. So we've got some videos and some pictures and stuff that this took place today. I had Noah clean off my car, and I said, "Hey, Penny, the girl, my daughter, she was the cameraman on most of this.
Okay.
So she was supposed to be videoing it while Noah was doing the cleaning. And yes, my license plate does say "past you."
Oh, is this? You probably shouldn't show your license plate on the
What-
internet.
I see that a lot of people, but I drive my car down the street with a license plate on it. So I mean,
So the world basically. Yeah.
I know a lot of people who block out their license plates on things. I'm like, why?
Right. Well, so
Why? It's public. It's freaking public record. You can Google that stuff.
that's true.
You literally can look up a VIN number and it'll tell you everything about the car, including who owns it, what the license plate is,
That's
where it's
true.
registered, the address, everything's there.
But it's a little easier in some cases than others. So
Yeah, I mean,
one
don't
of
get
the-
me wrong. I'm not making it complicated for people, but if you want to come take over the payments on it, go for it.
So let's say we're going to try to find followers for the American Garage Club.
Where we at?
You're at 5 followers.
We're at 5, so we've picked up 1 since we checked on it earlier.
That was me.
Oh, all right.
That
Good
was me
job.
just now.
So there we go. We got a follower.
So
That's how you do it. You host a podcast, you get 1 follower per podcast.
So I'm not logged into your account, but I'm going to show you the tactics that I would use
Right?
for finding your followers.
I believe the person that I have in charge of running that Instagram is watching, and she should be listening and taking notice.
So what would be a great hashtag associated with the American Garage Club?
I mean, are we trying to niche down?
Yes.
Hashtag no mechanic.
Hashtag no mechanic?
Hashtag no mechanic.
Is that a common phrase in
Absolutely
the car world?
not. We're making it up right now.
No. Try and find one
See?
that people actually know.
There we go.
Not
Did
that
you learn
niche.
something?
Not that niche. Try and find
let's
one that
see.
people would actually know.
Hashtag DYI. Now that one's going to be popular.
D-U-Y?
DYI. DIY. DIY. Give me Christmas.
DIY?
I can spell, but I just can't figure out which word comes
Just
first.
DIY?
DIY. Do it yourself.
Yeah, but that doesn't have anything to do with cars.
Doesn't have to.
DIY can be something around your house. Something
Yeah,
to do
it
with
could
cars.
It could
No,
do with
something to do with
cars.
cars. This is your
gee,
channel.
Christmas,
Something to do with the
man,
American
what are we
Garage
doing
Club.
here?
Not, I don't want like
Oh.
home improvement.
It's do it yourself. We're repairing the car.
Something in the car world.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not good with hash
It shouldn't
browns,
be this
man.
hard. It shouldn't be this hard. Okay, so let's do Corvette.
Hashtag vet.
Hashtag vet.
Vet. VETTE.
Got it. Not like
Hashtag vet.
Vietnam vets or
No.
veterinarians.
We're veterinarians. We're a
We're-
Vietnam vet that happened to be a veterinarian. It's a
In
vet
case
vet.
in case we were trying
Ooh,
to
if they
confuse people
draw a
enough.
vet, it'd be a vet. All right. We can get in this rabbit hole. We can just keep
this
right
is
on going. Hashtag
all right,
vet.
So there are a lot of vet things here. There's vet life. There's let's see, the top one is vet tech. That's probably not it.
Vet
there's
tech.
well,
That's a veterinarian.
that's probably veterinarian. Right. It's might be a little different. So let's say just vet. That's not a super big following on the hashtag. Or
well,
posted on the hashtag.
that's niched down pretty tight.
That's pretty niche down. So a lot of times when you see hashtags with a million, several million, 10 million posts, those are going to be highly competitive.
Hashtag living the life.
Right.
Yeah.
Those hashtags are going to be super, super competitive.
yeah, you're
and
not
you
gonna
can
see
find a lot of engagement in those.
That's right.
However, if you want to get the best followers, the most engaged followers, niche down slightly from those really highly active hashtags, and you're gonna get more dedicated, more interested followers that you can engage with. So let's say, we can either follow this hashtag, that's one thing, or we can look at some of these and we can just flip through them here. So we can say, what's this one here doing? This has 391 likes.
That's a nice C5. That's white right there. That's
Right.
good. It's good. It's a white
So we're gonna
C5.
post-
That was built from 1997 to 2003.
Yeah. So this looks like a good channel. So this is My Corvette Life, right?
Oh, I like that.
And this post right here has
These are on
200.
Instagrams.
Yep, 223 likes.
If anybody can't tell, West is the one who does the digital stuff. I do the physical.
So
the
it-
physical stuff.
Everybody
the
has
old school,
everybody has their
their
talents here.
usage.
So look, we're gonna go to my vet Corvette Life.
Okay.
We're gonna check them out. They have 4,500 followers,
Nice.
and that's fine. That's great. We can get a good chunk of those.
Yeah, I want all
Now-
of them. All of them.
Historically, what people would do is they would go in and they would see this whole list, and they would just go follow. Now you can do that, but you're not going to get the best followers when you do that.
Yeah.
also, what you need to remember is if you do more than, say, 100 a day, you're going to get flagged pretty quickly for activity, misusing activity on Instagram. And you can get activity blocked. You can get shadow banned in some cases. And those can be detrimental.
And if you get shadow banned, then you got to get Frodo. Got to go to Mount Doom. Got to do the thing. It's
you
just,
throw the
just
ring
a task. Ring of Doom in the mountain. It's just crazy.
But
the Ring of Doom. It's the Ring of Power in the Mountain of Doom.
Yeah.
Somewhere out there, see, it's talking about niching down with getting
There's
geeked
nerds
out
there.
There was somebody that's a Lord of the Rings aficionado who's like, according to the Silmarillion, and just went off the deep end when I said Ring of Doom.
Well, we're going to write our own book. Anyway, it's a whole thing. So, the safe way to do this is you do the follow for follow, find the right people, but only do about 50 to 100 at a time per day. And that will keep you off any radars on Instagram, and you will not be dinged in any way. But rather than actually going all the way down this list and following as many people as you can, what you can do is you can go into their posts, go to the more recent ones first, and look at the likes there. Actually, look at the comments there. And what you want to do is you want to find people who commented either first or people you see commenting more than once. And what you're going to notice is if they're commenting more than once, they probably have a lot to say on the subject, unless they're trolling. You look out for those. Right, those are engagements. Those would be highly engaged people. These are people.
We want those people.
Right.
You want those people.
Right. So some things you can do.
Yes, the real life outdoors. Okay, here's what we need to do. Their name needs to be the Real Life Outdoors who lost to the Underdog Journey fishing show with Shannon Black, starting their Instagram page. Use these tactics. You'll grow your show.
You might get there one day.
You might get there one day.
So
we've had the mothers chime in here. We've had the mother chime in.
Yep.
On the comments
he
here.
He says, hang on.
It goes back. So it looks like she gives 60% to us, 40% to Shannon and Philip. Thanks, Mom.
Well, you know what? It's she's looking out for us. So Laura Lines Black, thank you. I appreciate it. Shannon, you're going down, man.
She says, I taught David everything he knows about fishing. And
Bob Cooper says he'll put his money on Lawrence County. I don't know what that means.
That's the area. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm from Lawrence County as well, so either way, it's a win for him. So, it's a pretty good bet. And
Brandon Henderson says Shannon Black doesn't stand a chance, slim to none. So thank you, Brandon, for your support of the Underdog Journey and recognizing that Shannon Black is going down.
Although tomorrow he's gonna YouTube and watch Shannon, and then he's gonna go back and watch our videos and then change his vote.
We'll be fishing at Buddy's Pay Lake.
Yeah, Buddy's Pay Lake.
Buddy's Pay Lake.
Yeah, we're going to be fishing at Buddy's Pay Lake down there in Lawrence County, in southern Ohio, and we're going to have a good old time. We'll have a tent set up there so that we can go in. We're going to do a little bit of editing and stuff throughout the day, and a couple of live shoots and stuff. So we'll have a tent set up there, all blocked off. No autographs, please. We're going to keep it private as much as possible.
We are celebrities,
Yes. We talk about it here almost every time. The people say here, this table over here is looked at, it's like, what in the world? And people over here, they're on a date or something over there.
Yeah, most people in this place have no idea. They think we're like DJing, but they can't hear what we're doing.
Yeah, they can't hear us what we're saying. So we get them, and every so often we'll see the guy in the back there cheers and holding his beer up, and kind of yelling Prost over here at us and stuff. So it gets interesting.
So Brandon Henderson has another comment here. He says, "No, y'all don't have a chance."
No, we don't have a chance.
He's talking to Shannon here.
Oh, okay. He's talking to Shannon.
So Brandon's talking to Shannon here. So Brandon Henderson says Shannon doesn't stand a chance. So thank you again for your support, Brandon. I'm not at all just misreading that for my own benefit. And Aaron Finch says we need to start drinking our beers because we probably have some dry mouths.
You know what?
And you're not
I'm
wrong.
not sure whether he's trying to talk smack to me or not, but he told me to drink a beer, so I like this guy.
Challenge accepted. Exactly. Not to have dead air. We'll take turns.
All right. So what are you going to talk about while I drink?
So I'm going to try and get back to Instagram here. So now that we found, there we go. He's still going. Okay. That's now my turn.
That was a good beer.
You need to order a couple more for yourself there.
I'm absolutely not going to do that.
So now that we found what a good potential follower looks like,
Okay.
some things we can do.
Somebody
is-
who's interacting, somebody who's engaging.
right. So we identified one on this post here. We see that he wrote.
Oh, no, I was right. He says Shannon's going to smoke y'all.
Well, I know. I'm trying to.
Okay, all right.
So
all right.
so Brandon Henderson says that we're going to smoke Shannon, and thank you again, Brandon Henderson, for your support of the Underdog journey and saying that Shannon Black is going down.
He is going down. Man, he was thirsty. I think he was talking about me.
Yes, David is always thirsty. Always
Yes.
thirsty.
I drink water and I drink beer, and I drink them in about equal amounts.
There's water in beer.
Yes.
There's water in beer.
I like my beer. I like my water filtered through barley and hops.
Exactly. It is filtered water.
Although I do like the amount of American flags that he put after that. America. Good.
It is. It's
Is that Shannon's twin on the left? I swear you could be brothers. Well, funny you should say that.
Funny you mentioned that, Brandon.
No, we are not brothers. We're stepbrothers, and we have lots of room for activities.
You know what? I can totally see you guys in that movie. You guys need to reenact a couple scenes in that
We're
movie.
not going to do anything such as that.
That would be awesome.
First of all, I play guitar, not drums.
See, it's you're not cool enough to play drums.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
All right.
Where are we at? Oh, Instagramming.
We're talking
Are
about
we done with
Instagram here a
Instagram?
little bit. No.
We're back.
And we're
And
back.
we're back.
We're back on Instagram.
Instagram.
So now that we identified what a good potential follower looks like, so we can just quickly scan. We can see who's leaving the most comments. Doesn't look like a troll. We're going to see the Sicilian family of NY. It all looks good. I love it. He left another comment right afterwards saying his friend checked out the Monte Carlo SS. Yada yada yada. So some things we can do is we can like both of those.
I do like a good Monte Carlo SS. Now they're talking like a G-body back in like 1980s.
What would you reply to this? What would you reply to this?
How would I reply? I mean, I don't know what we're talking about.
His comment where he says, "My friend, check out my Monte Carlo SS. When you can, Chris, Corvette should be out this weekend if the weather is good." What would you reply back to him taking his Corvette out this weekend?
I mean, I want to know what kind of Corvette. I mean, what year we're talking? C5, C6, C7?
We'll reply that. We'll say what year.
Send pics, dude. I don't say that to a lot of guys.
No comment.
That can go wrong real quick. No, I mean, I'm a Corvette guy. I love Corvettes, and I call top bunk. Shannon pops up and says here. Oh, let's see here. Wait a minute. As I recall, now, hey, I've got a pretty good engineering background. Those beds won't fall down if I do it.
You know, to people who don't know that movie, this conversation's getting really into the weird zone.
When we said this is the Underdog journey, I'm West and this is Dave, that's when we went to the weird zone.
That's
somewhere in there. So we actually were talking. It was this. We didn't meet Sunday night. We met Monday night to do a game plan for this.
Yep.
And we have had shows where we've had the opening dialogue. We've looked down. It's 40 minutes in.
We're still in the opening.
And we're still in the opening of the dialogue.
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
So
now you guys know why we don't always finish all the business on our agenda.
Yeah, and it's the intent.
Look, we're not the normal kind of business show.
Yes,
this is what we do.
for the new people, because I mean, we actually, and thank you all for watching.
Yes.
Just for everybody who's watching, this is a business podcast or a business webcast. I don't know what we call it, a video. Anyway, that I've been through so many webinars, so many business training things, and so many of them were mind-numbingly boring. From East Coast to West Coast, there was actually 1 week where I started my week early. I think I flew out Sunday night. I flew up and I'm at the Patriots stadium.
Yeah.
And we fly into Boston. So here I am looking at the Atlantic Ocean. By Friday of that week, I'd already been back through Columbus, through Texas, and I was in Los Angeles, looking at the Pacific Ocean.
Right.
There was not one entertaining thing that kept my attention. Hi, Kelly. That kept my attention that entire week. I can remember the places. I can remember some of the conversations I had with other individuals, but I can't remember a single program that I was supposed to sit through. Why? Because if you'll follow me on this slide, the return on investment is 5.75%. Now you'll notice that 5.75% is a slight elevation between last month's 5.65%. And all of the writing's already on the board, and it's just brutal.
Those are painful. It's rough.
Brutal.
Yeah.
So we do this. We have a lot more fun with it. We have a lot of side stuff that goes along with it. Why? We're not trying to hammer 100% of our information into one night. These things spread out. We're not looking for anything. Like literally, we could sit here and bore you to tears. Between his marketing and my sales, trust me, we could have you guys every week. Zero viewers every week.
Hey, we need another show.
Even my mom would not watch.
We need another show on algorithms.
Yes, another. If you treat the algorithm politely, the algorithm will treat you politely.
Those were not my words. I never said that.
He actually did not say that. But that's what I heard.
That is right.
Yes.
I actually had to wake you up at one point.
Well, you were doing your thing, and I'm over here. Like, and you got anything to add to this? I'm sorry, what? That was the night I left my headphones.
Exactly.
I left my headphones on my desk at work, and so you were over there chit-chatting, talking into it, and I can only hear. It gets quite noisy in here, and anybody who knows me knows I'm stone deaf on one side.
Yeah.
So, he's on my good side, but he's talking in the mic, and it sounds a whole lot of difference here. So he was going on and on and on, and I'm just completely phased out, overdoing the stuff. You know who I haven't heard from tonight, and I don't know what happened, but your current wife.
My current wife is probably putting my current kids to bed. It's about that time. So,
all right.
So we've had a few requests on here to stream the competition live on Facebook.
Oh my Lord!
But that would be a long stream. We would be timed out on that.
Yeah, we'd get crushed on that. I mean, just data usage alone, Verizon would flag us.
Oh well, and I'm not even sure. I don't remember off the top of my head the time limits. You can stream for quite a while, but
I know we've done it for 2 hours.
Well, yeah, that's true, but not. Yeah, well, we have in a row actually.
Bob Cooper could be bigger than the Catalina wine mixer. Now, I'm not exactly sure what that is, but that sounds funny. We need to have that on a T-shirt with Aaron Finch's name next to it. Bob Cooper be bigger than the Catalina wine mixer.
Well, he's talking about
and then we'll quote mix Aaron Finch.
Well, so Bob Cooper, he's referring to this. Bob Cooper said he wants to see the fishing match on Facebook. And since you're talking about the top bunks, Aaron said Shannon on the top bunk, and then Bob Cooper, it could be bigger than the Catalina. There's punctuation missing there, but that's what he's referring to.
Ain't happening.
He's not saying that
ain't
Bob
happening.
Cooper.
I want it on a T-shirt. Bob Cooper could be bigger than the Catalina wine mixer, and then the little quote mark thing says Aaron Finch.
We'll make T-shirts.
I think that's. I think we need to have that on T-shirt. Aaron Finch, thank you for that material. I'm going to use it.
We will put that on our Teespring
That
account.
will be on a Teespring. You guys can check back the merch shop. Take a look at it. We're going to have that on there because I don't know what it means. I have no idea what it means, but I know I want a T-shirt of it.
Bob Cooper's like, well, crap.
Well, all right. So yeah, we definitely want to do the face. We're going to do some live broadcasts from the fishing tournament, and again, we're shooting for May 15th. So we're going to try to do some live broadcasts. We'll probably pop in here and there. We'll have Shannon, we'll have Philip, we'll have myself and West, of course. And then we'll try to talk to the owner. I know he's a little bit more shy. I know he gets on here occasionally and interacts with us. But if we can get him on camera, we'll definitely do that. If not, then we'll have him at the side and we'll put his text up.
Yeah, and you know what? We can always have him on another time too if he doesn't want to come on that day. We can have him stream in through Skype.
Well, let's get that message. Let's get that comment right there posted up here so that we can talk about it. Because one of the things right here we're looking about is that they have a pretty decent size autism awareness group down there. We're looking for a good 501c3 company, somebody who's got their 501c3. If you guys don't know, that's a charitable nonprofit, so it's a tax deductible. There's a lot of things go with it, so that we can push and pedal it from this side.
Oh, actually,
and
sorry. It's all our business priorities here. Dave needs to order some more beer, so go ahead. Order your.
I've already had enough green beer. Let's go with a regular lager.
Going regular lager?
Yeah. Hold on a second.
I thought you would have gone Dunkel on that one. And yeah, Shannon Black. So this is gonna be
That was a dunkle.
This is gonna be a great fundraiser.
Thank you.
We're gonna set it up. We still need to figure out exactly the processes we're gonna use to set it up, but we will be making this a fundraiser for that local charity.
Yes, we do. We want it local. We want one of the things, and the people that I've got that's working on it is.
He needs more beer.
I need more beer, definitely. One of the people we got working on it, and the items I've said to them is, I want to put as much of the charitable donations, contributions, anything that we can raise, I want it to go directly to the people in Lawrence County.
Yes.
We don't want it to go shipped out to some charitable organization.
Oh yeah, one of these giant Fortune 500.
Yeah, Fortune 500 company that's going to take, and you might, if you see a penny of it, you're going to be lucky.
Right.
And if that penny makes it to Lawrence County, I mean that's a crapshoot in and of itself.
Right.
So that's not what we want. We want somebody down there, and that's who we're looking for. So if anybody knows someone down there, especially with the autism awareness, that's the charity of choice that we're looking for. We definitely want to find somebody down in that area. So if you guys got somebody, send them the stuff and let them know we want to do this, but we want to make sure that all the funds and anything that gets raised goes to directly to the people there. We don't want it shipped off somewhere else. We don't want somebody taking a cut of it. We want, as close to 100% into the hands of the people as possible.
Right, and we'll probably set up through like a GoFundMe or one of those types of channels, but 100% of that, or as much as possible without that, like a GoFundMe still takes a small percentage off.
Yeah.
As much as possible is going to go to the local charity, and that's the goal. It's going to be awesome. So
we're going to sell tickets to this.
That might even be a side.
Thank you very much.
That might even be a side competition in itself.
Oh,
you got your loggers green.
They made it green anyway.
You can't see it through this ceramic stuff.
Yeah, you guys can't see it.
But you can't see it.
You can't see it through this time. You can see a little bit there on the head of the beer.
Hilarious.
That it's green. So more green.
That's funny. It's green and it's in a ceramic stein. What's the point? He's getting the giggles, people. I don't know what you're laughing at.
Oh, that's never happened to me on the show before. And I love this place. It's in a ceramic stein. Nobody can see it.
I can tell you it's green.
I just told him I wanted a logger. Why would you? Oh, Lord of mercy.
It's the thought that counts.
All right. That's the thing is, what were they thinking?
It's the thought that counts. They were thinking
it's Leprechaun Day.
It is. Yep. Everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's Day.
Everybody's Irish on St. Patrick's. That's a famous quote. If anybody can name the quote, the movie that comes from.
I almost took that cut out so I could have it as a video clip we can play in here, but I didn't want to get a flag.
You don't want to get flagged, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we could do bad Irish accents.
So where is that quote from? What movie is that quote from? Everybody's Irish on St. Patty's Day.
All right, we're gonna give you guys.
I think it's St. Patty's.
I think it's St. Patty's Day. Yeah, I think it says St. Patty's Day.
So look that up. Go Google it.
Or St. Patty's Day, everybody, or St. Patty's, everybody. St. Patrick's, everybody's Irish today.
There you go.
I think so.
Something like that.
Yes.
I
just watched that movie the other day.
Bad paraphrasing of quotes.
Yes, bad paraphrasing of
quotes from.
We're going to paraphrase this quote.
Again,
it's 8:06. So if anybody gets the joke of being, paraphrasing a quote,
and we're about halfway through Instagram. I was starting to get
points,
and we got sidetracked.
And that's the whole point. Again, we could literally bore you to tears with that, with the individual drilling down into this stuff. But that's not the point of this. We want to be entertaining. We want you to take away something, but we want you to be entertained while you're doing it.
Exactly. So, let's get back to this real quick and we can wrap up.
Hey, Nicole Leffingwell comes out of nowhere for the Boondock Saints, which, yes, that is exactly correct.
Of course, your wife got it.
My wife got it.
Your wife got it. Boondock Saints.
The Boondock Saints. That's an awesome movie.
The sequel was disappointing.
And I'm very glad they walked away from the third.
Oh, 100%.
Sean Patrick Flannery 100%. And what's his name?
Norman Reedus.
Both they both of them looked at certain things. There was something that happened. And they said, you know what? We're out. There was things that, I don't know if you guys ever watched the Boondock Saints, but there were certain things literally they said that in the script that they were going to be doing. And they're like, nope, this ain't happening. We're out. You guys do whatever you want. See ya.
Right.
I'm going to go kill zombies, and
you know what? With Norman
I'm going to go
Reedus'
be
right.
Elder Indiana Jones.
With Norman Reedus' career on The Walking Dead,
Yes.
two things. One, he doesn't need to do anything else.
No.
And two, if he does do something else, he needs to be careful. It's not something that's going to get him canceled. Because politics aside, the world's canceled crazy right now.
It is.
Look, if you're riding on cloud nine, be careful not to do something that's going to get you kicked
Yes,
off.
absolutely. And that's one of the. We actually were just talking about this before the show about how political you and I both are, and how immediately when this thing comes live,
no politics,
shut it down.
Because
so you need to take
Facebook,
this in your
YouTube,
Instagram, your Facebook, your digital presence. If you're running a business and the
keep
brand
politics
is
away.
your name, stay away
Right.
from everything political.
Unless your business is politics, stay out of politics.
Yes, and one of these days we are going to do the business of politics.
That'll be great. So, I mean, and there are marketing agencies that specifically deal with politicians.
Yes.
I've worked with a couple of them.
Yep,
and
absolutely.
I mean, it's a great business to be in. But look, keep politics off of social media. People go to social media because they want to see funny pictures of cats. They don't want to hear your political opinion.
Yeah, they don't want to hear.
We
Nobody
hear
cares.
everybody's
We
political
get it.
opinion
We get it all the time.
everywhere we go. And on top of that, look, if you're trying to get a job, guess what your employer's going to look at? They're going to look at your Facebook page. And if you're outspoken and you say things they disagree with, guess what? They don't have to hire you.
Absolutely. As I was applying and going through the process to get help hired with this Fortune 50 company, I went back through my Facebook and was like, that's borderline delete. Definitely delete that. Oh, man,
And
what
you
were
know
you thinking when you did this?
You didn't really post anything that controversial, but it's better. You better safe than sorry. You better safe than sorry.
I really try to stay away from a lot of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we have some comments here. Of course, Shannon Black says, of course, people can come to the lake and watch this live in person. Donations will be taken there as well.
Well,
what we're going to do, there is a program, and I've used it for events that you can sell tickets. So what we need to do is we need to say, hey, we're going to sell. And again, if you do this for charity, the company will waive the fees.
Nice. So what if we sold enough tickets? We have like a food truck out there. We could make it a thing.
So, and that's one of the things that now that we get the, what's going on here? Philip wants to know if you are having a big following coming down with you.
Laura, that's kind of what we're talking about.
Okay.
We're not really sure.
I'm like, okay. No, our people are stuck in high rises eating caviar.
And of course, Dave Eubank comes in with the gold, as always.
Actually,
Good
no.
job, guys. Your audience
Actually,
grew by
our audience grew a lot bigger than that tonight.
So,
and what strikes a lot of people off guard is we get from 10 to 20 viewers
while we're live.
While we're live.
The numbers, the real numbers come in, the replay.
The next morning.
Yeah.
By the next morning, we will have 800 to 1,000 people who have watched the video.
And that's people who watch in
from
full.
Start
to finish. Yeah.
It's crazy.
I don't even watch these things start to finish most of the time.
I watched them. I go back and watch every one of them. But my views don't count because I do it through Underdog Journey. Yeah.
Well, you're an admin, so they wouldn't count anyway.
Yeah, so my views don't count. Yep. But it's only one. Even if it did, it's one out of 1,000 views. And there are sometimes on the life cycle of our videos, the night of where low watch, and then the morning after it just goes. I mean, it's crazy high. The views go up, and they peak, and then they start slacking down to where we get down to about 7 views on a Tuesday before a podcast. So we get down to about 7 views in a day before we spike back up, which is a good trend. And for somebody this is episode number 35. Mm-hmm. So if you've ever been in part of any of this stuff from the growth up, our growth trajectory is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's a lot faster than we were expecting.
It's a lot faster than what we were expecting. It's a lot higher. And thank all of you guys for doing that for us, because it's really down to you guys. But it's actually a lot higher than what we anticipated.
Yeah, so while we're thinking about it, like this video, like the channel, follow, subscribe, whatever you happen to be watching on YouTube, Facebook, and leave a comment, because that really helps the algorithm.
And then get over to the Real Life Outdoors on YouTube.
Real Life Outdoors, Shannon Black.
Subscribe to that channel, It's freaking awesome to watch.
He has great content.
So
he does.
yes, my favorite one still is when he's out in the woods and he's talking about calling in a deer. And I'm just thinking I'm going to watch him, clang some rattle some antlers together, or do a moose call or whatever they do out there. I don't hunt.
Does
so
moose
I don't know.
call and bring in deer?
But no, he calls. He grabs his phone. He's like, "Hello, hi, Department of Natural Resources. I got to get a deer in through here." On his telephone.
That's
and
awesome.
it was, it's good. It's humorous. It keeps you engaged.
Yeah.
It was one of the things I remember the most about.
There's some good stuff on his channel. I really like his channel.
Absolutely. I love it.
And Dave Gubank, while I'm thinking about it, thanks a lot for that stein.
Oh, yeah.
So Dave Gubank gifted us a ceramic beer stein that we had on a couple episodes ago. And I don't think you were watching at the time, Dave, but we had it sitting here right on camera.
Yep.
And
man,
thanks
right here
again for that. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. And Rob Miller joins us, and happy St. Patty's Day. To do 2 handsome leprechauns. I'll take it when I can get it.
On that, we're going to wrap
I'm a little
up.
short.
On that, we are actually going to wrap up the Underdog journey. We're going to take about a 5 to 10 minute break to do some natural observances. Use the restroom.
There you go.
And when we come back, we're going to be on the Underdog After Dark, and we're going to go live here at the Hofbrauer House with the beer stein holding competition. If we get enough people, it's not a guarantee. But that's the goal. So if you guys want to stick around, come see us on the After Dark channel, where we do not pretend at all to be about business. It's all about fun there.
And next week, we might wrap up some Instagram stuff. So we'll see how that goes.
Yes.
All right.
And that's the goal. We want to keep them coming back for more.
So please, look, like, follow, subscribe, and leave comments because we love you and you're awesome. Shannon, you're going down. Look forward to it, man.